Hi everyone, here's the Bookamics once again, and in the last few months quite a few of you have asked me about a video where I talk about my reading habits, because apparently many of you live in the illusion that I do read a lot of books. But a video like that will be extremely boring because my reading habits kinda change from book to book. Usually I open the book and read the pages. Sometimes I sit, sometimes I lean on my elbow. What I'm going to give you is a video where I give you a few hints, a few tips and suggestions as to how to read more. Some of these are going to be extremely hard and you're not going to like them, but anyway, let's go. Number one, you know all those apps like WhatsApp and those message apps that are extremely convenient and allow you to talk with your friends and family and all the people you love? Delete them, because they are a time-consuming pit that is going to suck your life away. I think I am the last living person I personally know who doesn't have WhatsApp, and I don't really want to download it because the one reason I know my generation and future generations are fucked is because how can you focus on anything for more than 5 minutes with those things flashing at you constantly, with all the interesting stuff the people you love have to tell you? How can you do that? And I know you might be like, well, but when I'm reading I don't care about WhatsApp, I turn my phone off. But that's not true, let's face it. Every now and then you're gonna get a message from that one person who interests you a lot, and you are gonna get distracted from your books. So it's either people or books. We all know what you should choose. Number two, go slow on the TV series. I like TV series as much as the next guy, but TV series tend to be incredibly time-consuming and addictive, and I think it's best to have just one time-consuming hobby in your life, and books already are like that. Also, the reason why TV series are so addictive is because they are so good, because according to many people, including many of my English literature professors and David Foster Wallace, TV series are written by some of the best writers alive today. So the reasons why you shouldn't watch them is because you should focus on books, which are generally worse. Number three, this is an easy one. Carry a book with you wherever you go. You know those phones you just deleted WhatsApp from? You can download like iBooks, those kinds of apps on them. Especially if you're reading a very long book, download the electronic copy of the book on the phone or whatever too, so you can have it at hand wherever you go, because especially very heavy books are usually difficult to carry. Sometimes you might not have it with them, and in the most unlikely situation you might find lots of time on your hands to read. I have a few collections of poetry downloaded on my iPod that I usually read when I'm waiting in line at the barber shop. Nothing beats reading The Wanderings of Ocean while listening to 50-year-old Italian men talking about their clearly imaginary latest sexual conquests. Number whatever the fuck, never read Against the Day by Thomas Pynchon, because it's a fucking endless book that won't end no matter how many hours a day you keep on reading it. It's the best book you'll ever read, but it will never end. It's a time paradox. Do not read that book. One more. I don't like reading goals like, I'm going to read 50 books this year, because I know they work for some people, but I don't like them because, seriously, are you going to read 50 War and Peace, 50 comic books, 50 Goosebumps books? What does that mean? I don't especially like them, but especially, again, if you're reading very long books, consider giving yourself goals, like I'm going to read 50 pages a day, 100 pages a day, I'm going to finish this book by the end of the month, that kind of things. Facing a very long book you are going to invest many hours of your life in can be a disorienting experience, even for consumed readers, and reading goals can help you navigate, for instance, through the first half of the book or the second half, but don't be too hard on yourself, and especially because if you set easy goals, you're gonna feel great when you do much more than what you were supposed to do. Also, next tip, consider don't setting those goals at all. I'm doing it with Against the Day at the moment, but just because I have many other lengthy books I have to read for my dissertations and other shit in the next few months, and I should already be reading that stuff, so I need to finish the book as soon as I can. But in general, I don't especially like reading goals, those kinds of things. I think they add a level of anxiety to the reading experience that shouldn't be there in the first place. If you're feeling like, oh damn, I have to do this, probably you should be doing something else in the first place. Some of my best reading experiences in my life were about 300-page books I read in the course of 2 months and loved every page of them. And finally, and this is the one tip that works like magic, but it's also the hardest to master. Know your taste as a reader, and this is something that it's taken me a long time. I'm still in the process of knowing myself as a reader, which doesn't exactly mean the tip do only read within your comfort zone, but it's somewhere in that area. Knowing yourself as a reader means knowing what kinds of books you like to read, what kinds of authors you like to read. If this author is kind of like this other one, will I like him, will I like her, will I like them not? What genres do you like to read? What genre mixtures do I like to read? This 700-page book which I have begun and sucks, should I carry on reading it because I think there's more in it, or should I stop? Because especially nowadays there are too many awesome things to enjoy, both within the realm of literature and beyond it, to focus on like shitty stuff. As I said, it takes some practice, but it's something you should definitely master as a skill if you think you're going to become, or you are, a dedicated reader. Otherwise, you're going to read Ulysses just because everybody says it's good, and you're going to hate every second of it for all the many hours it will take you to finish that thing. That's it. I hope you will find these tips useful. Let me know if you already use some of these or if you have others of your own. And as for that illusion that I read a lot, that's not true, trust me. Just for the fact that some years ago I actually read way more than I do now. I read, I think, almost twice as much. And I know people my age, older, younger, who read way more than I do, and better too. I am kind of a close reader. I've become kind of a close reader in the last few months, years, but I know people read way better than me, if you know what I mean. As always, thank you so much for watching, guys. This video was kind of a request, so if you have other stuff you'd like me to talk about, let me know in the comments. I will see you in the next one. Bye, guys.